It was like, don't get yourself killed.
Was it pretty hairy out there at the time?
Some of the guys got to rack up some EKIA, and I get credit for like some JTAC kills.
Let's hear about it.
Turns out the C-130 had not doped in their 30 mic and so they're shooting at this guy, and we have a rover feed where we can see, and rounds are just missing. First deployment was out of Urozgan, multinational base Tarankout, sort of southeast. We would do helicopter assault force operations into Kandahar, into Urozgan, into Ghazni, into Zabul, and then we forward staged out of Ghazni, sometimes going, I want to say Paktika and Paktia, gotta go. Our mission was, we were paired up with the 8th Commando Battalion, 8th Kandek, Afghan commandos, 900 Commando Battalion. Every single mission at that time in the war, it was a 10-to-1 force ratio. We had to bring 10 Afghans out for every single operation. And so we would bring 13, 14 guys and 130 Afghans.
Holy shit.
Yeah, talk about like moving pieces on the battlefield.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you think about working with those guys?
It was not. I did not like. There's pros, there's cons. I would say like overall, I did enjoy it. Right? It was when you go out with that many inexperienced guys, it makes the mission more dangerous. It was very clear to us that probably like 85% of them didn't want to be there. Those guys would sit down in front of like target compounds in front of the fatal funnel. Like they didn't value like, self-preservation. And so now again, there's probably like, you bring 130 out, there's like 15 hard chargers, and like you use those 15 hard chargers. But it was, I appreciated the challenge and the complexity of the operations, multi-day village clearances. It was cool. We got all the air assets in the world, right? Our mission was, hey, this is 2013. America's not going to be here forever. Like we have to train the commandos to stand up on their own. And so that was an interesting mission set. But we were also at that point, 12 years into a war, and it was clear to us, like, look, this is, right. It was like, don't get yourself killed, was like kind of a mentality, over this uncertainty was, something that we thought about, like get the mission done. Don't get yourself killed. And like, yeah, take it to the enemy when they show up.
Was it pretty hairy out there at the time, or?
I don't think it was hairy. No, like we got into some good firefights, which I'm like thankful for. And like, I'm glad the team like had that deployment. And we'll rack up, like some of the guys got to rack up some EKIA, and I get credit for like some JTAC kills. But I think it's like 1/4 or whatever. But
let's hear about it.
No, the JTAC stuff. Let's see. There's this one, this was, got our new JTACs, right? We have experienced JTAC, new JTAC. New JTAC's the lead JTAC on this operation. And I'm working with him. And there's this guy that's taking, pot shots at us from probably like 1,300 meters away from a mountain, right? And it's like hard to find them. They're moving, and it's indirect fires, right? But we're like, all right, let's bring on C-130 and drop some ordnance on this guy. And turns out the C-130 had not doped in their 30 mic, and so they're shooting at this guy, and we have a rover feed where we can see, and rounds are just missing him, and the guy is running, and he runs, and like the new JTAC, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, they keep missing. Like, why are they missing? And like, right, because he wants to take out this bad guy. He runs probably for about 4.5 minutes, just like smoke going everywhere, like rounds coming in on him. Finally, they drop I want to say it's called a Griffin, GBU-39. It's a glide bomb, because the guy like stops under a tree, and tries to like hide under the tree, but we had him on IR footage. And so, that was an interesting one. So,
on.
yeah, it was new JTAC's first, JTAC kill. And so, yeah.
That was your first one.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Indifferent. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted honestly, like I just wanted the team to complete the mission. So.
Right on. Where do you go from Afghanistan?
So let's see. While I'm in Afghanistan, my orders were to go, I want to say it was to SEAL Team 2. I had orders to go to the East Coast. During that deployment, I get an email from one of my SQT classmates, another officer at SEAL Team 5. Say, Brandon, you want to hop on the phone? I was like, cool. So I hop on the phone from Afghanistan. He's in Coronado. He's like, hey, I've got family issues. I have to step down from my platoon commander billet at Team 5. He's like, do you want to take it? And I was like, oh, that sounds like awesome. Like, all right, I'll get to go right into a workup. I was like, what's the catch? He's like, you're going to go right into a workup. And so I called my wife, said, hey, hon, we can either go to the East Coast, right, and like make that move and go through a pro dev cycle and do a ULT into a deployment. I was like, or we can stay in San Diego. But here's the catch is like, I'm home for a week and then rotating right into ULT. I was like, what do you want to do? And so she said like, hey, let's, she's like, I'm down for staying in San Diego if you are. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So got home, checked into SEAL Team 5, ULT started, was off to the races. I think I tracked this because actually the teams were making us track it at the time. 2 years in a row, I was gone 300 days out of 365 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And my wife's like, this isn't normal. I was like, I don't know. All our friends are doing it. It seems pretty normal. She's like, no, it's not. I was like, all right. So, but yeah, so checked into SEAL Team 5, did the workup, deployed to the Pacific.
What are you guys doing over there?
It was a lot of joint partner operations during the time. So I think we sent a lot of people to the joint exercises. We sent element to Korea, sent element to the Philippines, sent an element to the Maldives, like all over the place. I went to Vietnam. I went to Singapore. We did the POTUS detail in Hawaii for President Obama, augmenting Secret Service. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Right on. Why did you get out?
I wanted a number of a whole host of reasons. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to see what could be done outside of the confines of the military. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Very blessed, excited. I would encourage everybody actually. I think the amount of accountability and responsibility you get in the military, at such a young age is one of the most amazing things. I would encourage people to do it. But I wanted to see what could be done outside of a military system. I knew what the career path looked like for officers. In the sense, right? It's okay, I would have to go do an ops job before I could go screen, and then you go screen, you be a troop commander, and you get maybe one or two more pumps, and then you're commanding, and and then you're doing another staff job, and then a group commanding. Again, I got a lot of friends who are doing that. I just was not, commanding a SEAL team was not something that I aspired to do. I absolutely aspired to be a SEAL platoon commander, but, I was interested in other things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, wasn't happy how things were going in Afghanistan. That was, yeah.
I don't know a whole lot of people that were.
Yeah. So.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.